episode, I'm going to be talking about Will Smith. When you lack emotional self control. So, this topic is going to be talking about what happened at the Oscars 2022. And anyways, so I do Instagram lives every Instagram YouTube lives every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys could show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Details will be in the description. And of course, if you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment down below so that I could read it and I could respond it back to you guys. Thank you for the likes. If you know somebody that could benefit from this, let them know, share it to them, have them join in. But anyways, uh, I'm going to be talking about one recap, and then I have a few slides that I'm going to be talking about today. But anyways, I would love to hear your opinion about what happened during the Oscars. So let me know what you guys think. When I get to read it, I would love to. I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust. Well, when I read it, I would love to respond to it, hear you guys out too at the same time. But anyways, let's go on. So the recap is on. Walls that keep out disappointment keeps out happiness. And the reason why I chose this slide in particular was because I was trying to figure out a word that I was thinking about. Hi, Shevelin. I was trying to figure out a word that described how I felt about Will Smith because growing up, and you guys know, people that know me, I don't watch a whole lot of movies, right? You guys make fun of me a lot about the whole movie situation, and I get it, okay. But I'm not shy about it, all right? But I don't watch a lot of movies, okay? But I did watch a lot of Will Smith when I was growing up. And he came across as this guy where he was inspirational. He was very inspirational. He made me think about certain situations where I'm like, okay, how would he approach this situation? And before you guys chew me out on my thoughts, right? I believe that everybody makes mistakes because no one's perfect. And when you do make the mistake, there are going to be consequences, and he's dealing with it now. But he knowingly did what he did, knowing that it wasn't the right thing to do, and there are consequences. Now, whether it's staged or not, I don't know. I don't really care. But that doesn't give a good image to anybody. Like you're letting people know that it is okay to hit people. Like that's not right. Whether or not it's whether or not it was staged or not, right? But anyways, walls that keep out disappointment keeps out happiness. And the word that I was looking at was disappointment because for the longest time I was trying to figure out am I upset at him? No, I'm not really upset, but I was more disappointed. And what I know about disappointment is usually it's with disappointment, at least for me, is it's because of certain expectations that you will have for someone, especially you wouldn't think that that person would do such thing, and so it's expectations. And so in order to be less disappointed, it is more important to look at the reality of what it is based off a person's action, and based off their actions, then you can actually tell on whether then you can find out whether or not it is like then you wouldn't be as disappointed, you know what I mean, when you zoom out, when you look at a bigger picture, when you look at reality as it is. So anyways, um Carl Jung, I want to start out with a quote by Carl Jung. What you fear, you're going to attract, and what you resist, persist. So, in a situation where Will Smith is at, in his current situation, what he fears, he attracts. So, the cat's out the box, okay? If you guys haven't looked and see how she acts and how, like, who do you really think runs the relationship? Who does the choosing in that? It's not even his choice at this point. Based off what I've seen, I don't think a lot of the things is his choice. It's not his choice. It's Jada. Jada chooses. He's like, this is what I'm gonna have. You might not like it. Well, guess what? Then you don't have to be with me. And he was like, no, no, no. I would still want to do X, Y, and Z because I want to do this to protect the family. We had 20 years or 20 plus years or whatever, however long they've been together. He's making up all these excuses, but at the same time you gotta look at reality as it is. It's like you're not in a good healthy mental like it's her being in a relationship with you is it's not good for your health. Well, it doesn't seem like it. At least that's not what it looks like. So anyways, what you resist persists. So he's 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 just dealing with a whole lot, and it all bottled up until that point. But anyways, um, I'm not gonna go through all of it, but what I am gonna say is on this recap is disappointment is easy because all you have to do is nothing. Is not do anything, right? All you have to do is not do anything, and you will receive nothing. But when you are disappointed, then you get to kind of self reflect on what are some of the things that I can do so that I could learn from this so that it doesn't happen again. That's usually how we go through life so then we don't make the same mistakes again. By not completely ignoring it and say, no, I'm not going to deal with it anymore, right? And yeah, believing in yourself even after you fail empowers you to grow. Okay. So I am going to be talking about emotional self control. So that's going to be my first slide. First slide is emotional self control. And no one will ever do and say anything to you that is not a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves in the moment. Coach Corey Wayne. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. No one will ever do or say anything to you that is not a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves in the moment. And what Will Smith felt was something that has been bottling up, obviously. It's been bottling up, and we only know what he tells us. And what he tells us based off the research that I've done was, they're in an open relationship. Okay, let me quick pause. Let me see. You think it's staged? Hollywood is a weird society. We can't use celebrities as our main role models. People have always lived idolizing certain people almost like non-humans. True, true. Because they have to present this image of how they are, who they are, and how they look, right? And so that's usually what it is. Now, like I said, we only know what we know. And based off what we do know is the fact that he's in an open relationship with Jada, and they both agreed. They both agreed to it, okay, which I think is completely bogus. I'm pretty sure that they both did agree, but it was not his choice. It was not his choice. He didn't want, I don't think he wanted it. I think he always wanted to just be with her. But based off what I do know from what there was this article that says she didn't even want to get married. Now, does that really sound like someone that's happy, excited, enthusiastic to want to be with you? Like, no. That's a horrible reason to get married. And her reason was, I don't want to get married, but my parents wanted me to, or something like that, right? It's like, yeah, that why? Um, let's see. It was his wife that wanted, and he gave in. Exactly. That's what his wife wanted. That's what Jada wanted. Sometimes there are entanglements. But anyways, uh, so yeah, that's all we really know. It's like, and we don't know whose choice is it. But if I were to use my best guess, I'm pretty sure it's Jada's choice. Okay. And here's the thing we know about choices. One choice is not a choice. Two choices is a dilemma. But three choices, no, that's a choice. I don't think Will had that many choices. He had one choice, which is not a choice. And it was Jada saying, look, I like August Alsina, okay? I like August Alsina. and I'm gonna do what I want. And he was like, I don't like this, whatever. But what he felt, he wasn't congruent to how he acted, which is why Jada, like, if you watch how she moves, how she acts, this is exact like how she presents herself really well. She's very centered. So she needs a really, really, really strong masculine guy to get her into her feminine state and not have someone take her BS. Meaning, and here's another thing too. My bad. Here's another thing too. When guys try to act tough and be like, "Yo, I'm not gonna take your freaking BS," like "f you" and all this, like, to me, that's that's really freaking beta. Okay, if you're gonna act that like that, but if that's not something on your terms that you don't want, you don't agree to it. That's it. You just don't agree to it. You just be like, "Nah, this is not what I want. That's not what I subscribe to," and I'm not gonna accept this. So the greatest negotiating position is to walk away and mean it. And Will didn't walk away. He kind of took a step back and wanted to see a reaction probably. Anyways, one choice is not a choice. Okay, so that wasn't. I don't think it was a choice. Um, and like I said, there's always a time and place for everything. And what Will displayed was a lack of emotional self-control. He reacted with his emotions rather than having a well thought out rational response, which is a better response is to talk about certain things. Talk it out. Be a gentleman. Talk it out. Um not only did Will Smith's action shock the world, but imagine all the people that looked up to him that thinks it's okay to assault somebody. Now, how I see it is, imagine just a comedian just picking on someone in a crowd. They didn't like it. They might think it's okay now because Will Smith did something like that and he didn't get in trouble. So why should I, like, don't don't piss me off. I'm gonna come on stage and slap you. Now, maybe it's a slap, maybe it's something else. We don't know that. But now other people's safety is going to be jeopardized based off his action across millions of eyes. So that's why I was like, man, like, it's gonna cause bad news travel fast, and look at how fast it traveled. Look at how fast it traveled, right? One day, how many millions views? We don't know, right? 18, 20, whatever. So, like I said, not what I said, but Thich Nhat Hanh said, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. And you know what's funny too? When I was writing this quote again, that the person you love feels free. And the best relationship you can ever have with anyone is the relationship you have with yourself. So it's not just about the other person, it's about you too. If you love yourself, you're gonna set yourself free. But you won't know that if you don't ever look within, if you never educate yourself, if you never think of certain, like, how would other people feel if I said this to them? You gotta think of other people's before you think about yourself primarily, especially if you're trying to communicate with someone. Um, Mitchell, could I pay you a Pokemon? Hell yeah, you could always do that. I love Pokemon cards. After what you did to Chris Denzel, Medea, Tyler, is it Tyler? Tyler talked right away and was, yeah. Hi Connie, how are you? Now, before I continue on with my next slide, which is Chris Rock, I do want to. I know you guys probably seen it, but I'm gonna show it again just for the people on the replay. So please be patient with me, and let me set up. And I think this will work. I think this will work. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing the video of Will Smith, and this is my box. Okay, please don't laugh at me. And this is how we're gonna do it. Okay. All right, let's see. Please bear with me, okay? I don't have a computer right now to to just show you videos, but this is the best I could do. Can you guys see me? What? Okay. Okay, is this okay for everybody? Okay. Let me turn on the volume. I'm gonna turn that down. So this is okay. Perfect. Let me move this a little bit closer and a little bit lower. Got to make sure Charizard's in there. You know what I mean? Okay. So this is the. Let me just pull this out. Now this is the uncensored version, and let me turn up the volume. Hope it's not too loud. And then I'm gonna play it.
Macbeth, loved it. I love the part where it said, King Lear don't got nothing on me. Y'all gotta see it, it's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Now I want you guys to pay attention to Jada when Chris Rock said the G.I. Jane, and look at Will Smith's reaction.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Look at Will Smith. Okay. And let me run it back one more time for y'all. All right. So wait, hold on, no, I went the wrong way. All right. So this is it. So he's laughing. Okay. She rolled her eyes. Okay. He's laughing. G.I. Jane can't wait to see it. She rolled her eyes. She was like, not feeling this. Look at it. That didn't look like a person that liked it, but Will Smith, he seemed to be enjoying that. Okay. Now look at what happens next. We all know what happened next.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
Even that walk was a little bit.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah, this is uncensored. My bad. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Now watch.
Get my name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, because they make you, when you watch one, you feel smart. Like you watched them, like you read a book or something. But all you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go. Here we go.
Now you could kind of tell that Chris Rock was a little shocked because he was trying to collect his thought, as you could tell when he was like to give a documentary, right? To give an Oscar out to for this documentary, and how he controlled. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Getting slapped on stage like I'm the host, maybe I crossed the line. And like I said, I don't know whether or not Chris Rock knew about the alopecia that the hair loss that she was going through. And like I said, even if it was a malicious attack onto her, which I doubt, it didn't feel like it. Now you guys let me know what you guys think, but I don't think that was a malicious attack. Yeah, I don't know that. But let's just say it was, right? Let's just say that Chris knew and he wanted to attack her. Now, what Will could have done was flip the script. And the other side of the coin was to actually how would I approach this situation, because it's already happened. How would I approach this situation on how to make what is the best action that I could take for me, so that as a guy, to reassure my wife that it is going to be okay, because feminine energy is about opening up to receive love, having that certainty, that reassurance, right? So if Will Smith was the masculine guy in the relationship, what he could have done was say something like along the lines of, "Hey, you know what, baby? I think he didn't mean it like that. You're beautiful the way you are, and I wouldn't change anything about you. I wouldn't change anything about you." Okay? And then what he could have done afterwards was to talk to Chris after the show and be like, "Yo, that you know what you did was not right, and what you know I'll appreciate it if you went and apologized to my wife. I would really appreciate it." And then that is at least up to Chris Rock at that point, because then the ball's over in his court. But then, and just like that, what his one action did kind of, I wouldn't say collapse his career or anything. Like, I still love Will Smith. A lot of his movies, love his acting, but I did lose a little bit of respect for him based off that. Let me see what you guys said. Jada is wearing the pants. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, cool. There was tension way back when Smith didn't attend, when the Smiths didn't attend last time. Yeah, I don't know, but was it like in 2006? Okay, Chris Rock shocked, but continued with show professionalism, hosting the show. But I don't think he meant any harm, and it was, yeah, he's paid to make jokes. Maybe that joke crossed the line, but I here's my thought. Okay, I do not condone violence. I don't agree with it. I feel like if there's anything that you could do, you should always use your words. And a best way to approach that was to talk to Chris after his his speech or whatever he's done. And he'd be like, yeah. And then a good way is to ask a question like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but my wife is actually going through whatever, like, and she's, hey, because sometimes people don't know, like, why all of a sudden are you bald? Some people want to keep it private, some people don't. And from what I heard, Jada actually publicly said it out loud, but who's to say that Chris Rock is like, oh, I need to make sure and check everything out. So there could be a benefit without the doubt that Chris Rock did not know that. We don't know that. Now, the next part that I'm going to show you is the video of Will Smith winning the Oscars. And when he wins, he talks about love, right? And he says a lot of things. And I want you guys to watch it with me, and then we can analyze it together, right? So I don't think it's this one.
And the Oscar goes to.
Look at that. Look at how she leaned in and control. I wouldn't even say control, but like, look at that. Just look at how she's moving and look at how he's moving. You could judge a person, like, you can't fake body language. She's obviously the one that's controlling or in the leading part of the relationship. Look at her. She's like, "Give me my kiss." And he's like, "All right." All right, let's see.
Oh man. Richard Williams
It's gonna be like 6
was
minutes,
a
so
fierce
just bear with me.
defender of his family.
Yeah.
In this time in my life,
Can you guys
in
hear well?
this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world. Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played Venus and Serena. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people
Love and
and
protect.
to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you. It's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
She's like, I'm thinking about that slap. Thank you for talking about us.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
She's like, yeah,
To my mother,
go get him, Tiger.
a lot of this moment is really complicated for me, but to my mother, she didn't want to come out. She had her knitting friend. She has a knitting crew that she's in Philly watching with. Being able to love and care for my mother, and my family, my wife. I'm
like,
taking up too much time. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for
watch
this
the last
moment.
part.
And thank you on behalf of Richard and Oracene, the entire Williams family. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Let me pull this to the side. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? I read some of your comments while I was playing this. Let's see. Let me play this back. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. All right. Let me pull this back. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? All right. Let's see. Let me read some of your comments. My bad. I didn't want to interrupt the whole talk. I know it was a little long. So thank you guys for staying in. But let's see. Let me read it before I move on to Chris Rock's topic. Jada is wearing the pants. Okay. Jada's conditions everywhere. How could he not know he's a community? They do homework. Maybe. It could be possible. Yeah. It's one thing to show professionalism, and it's another when comedians decide to place jokes on a person's health issues. Okay. I can see where you're coming from with that, Greg. Well, it's coming from a place of hurt. You could tell in his eyes the way he reacted from the joke. But he was also laughing too, so I don't know. Now, I do have something to say about that laugh too as well, but let's move on. It would have been weird if Chris had to get that award. Um blame him for not knowing. You can't blame him for not knowing the condition. Jada made it public. Alopecia a few years ago, even my cousin knew about it. See, I didn't know about it, but then again, I'm not on there like that. Chris Rock didn't know about Jada's condition. It was public and it was news a while ago. The music didn't play for speech going down on They Were Afraid. Unfortunately, he found out the hard way. Chris isn't married to Jade. Willis. Both of them are in the wrong, sadly. Regardless, now I've heard Will Smith's stock in Hollywood was tainted, and likely he won't be getting any top films now after this incident. We don't know that. Maybe. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Only the future will let us know, right? In my opinion, Chris will both make mistakes, and a mistake is needed to learn from the lesson. This really bites. Chris Rock for tickets are going up in process. It's crazy. Yeah, everyone wants to support him now based off that slap, right? Guarantee slap her around. Believe it or not, Chris Rock gained and Will Smith lost. I would have not been surprised that Rock sells out the comedy skits all over North America. Me too. I mean, he is getting a lot of publicity from this, but then again, what Chris Rock said, like I said, let's just say it was a malicious attack, and because it wasn't malicious, let's just say it was right. There could have been a better way of approaching it, and he didn't have to go up and do the things that he did, but he did do that, and there are consequences, and so it could have easily been the gain for, or it not a gain for anybody, but it's like it's more of a gentleman's approach as a guy, and okay, only goes when all witness it. That good lesson from here is that Oscar Emmy committee knows everyone's background upon hosting. Do the home. I think that's a lot of work just to you know to give someone an award. Like I don't think people are expecting people to go up on stage and slap people. I think that's usually a I mean they can assume things will happen, but you have all these other people around. But anyways, um let's talk about Chris Rock, right? What's up, Bree? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. So I do want to talk about Chris Rock because how he handled the situation was he dropped the charges. He didn't pursue with it, and you know, and he could have if he wanted to, but he decided not to. Um, and then during that slap, he kept his composure. He held it down really well, and that's something that's it's not because he's Chris Rock, but it's because of how he handled that situation. And like I said earlier, I think he diffused it really well as a professional based on what he does. Because he was like, "Wow, it was a joke, dude, about GI Jane, and I don't know what he knows." Okay, I certainly didn't know why she was bald, but then again, that's me, right? Um, so just because it was publicly announced, it doesn't mean everybody knows another person's personal news. Anyways, um, it was funny because I liked how he used humor to diffuse a situation, which is why Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. So I thought he handled it very well. So yeah, that's when he proceeded. Will Smith, he went back to his seat, and that's when he said what he said. But how I see it is, I also don't condone violence. So, hey, it could be both parties that were wrong. It could be both parties that were wrong. Uh, I only know what I do know, and how I see it is if someone's not posing any physical threat to you, then what was his speech about love will make you do crazy things? What tell me what's that about? Because he made a public apology on stage saying sorry to all the people and whatever, but then he decided to go back home wherever he calmed down, I guess, to make a public apology on Instagram, typing out some words. And that was when I was like, for real? Like, this is how you want to handle things? And that's why I was like, I expected a little bit more, right? And I don't know what he's going through in his personal life. What we do know is that you don't know what another person's going through, but that is part of his job. Chris Rock is a comedian. He's one of the goats. He makes jokes for a living, and we don't know what are the repercussions of what Will did. Is it going to promote more violence? We don't know that. But people see what you they see what they see, and they act on what you do, not what you say you would do. Um, yeah, you should change your personally. Okay, but anyways, yeah, there was no physical threat, so there was no reason why he had to go up there and just smack another dude or fight another dude. Talk it out, yo. I don't like this. Talk it out off stage. Um, and here's another thing too, right? If because there were some people that were telling me about their opinions when I was at the gym, just walking through. Hey, have you heard the current news about this person slapping this person? And a lot of people were actually telling me they were like, I'm glad that he did what he did. I would have done the same too. Talk shit about me, not about my wife. And I'm like, no, I understand that. I understand that. But then just remember that he didn't pose any physical threat. So why was there any need for any type of violence? Why? Why? To send a message? No, like if they're gonna continue doing that, that's when you could take other options. And I don't think fighting or assault, like if I went up to you and I slapped you based off what I didn't like of what you said to me, I could be thrown in jail for that. That's assault. But he does it and he gets to do another post on Instagram. So, I mean, yeah, that's why I was like, I'm also a little I'm disappointed because I'm like, yo, man, I don't even watch that much movies, and I can name a few movies just off top. I Am Legend, right? I'm surprised you all. Hitch, one of my favorite, right? We used to watch it back back in Discord days. Um, Fresh Prince is not a movie, but yeah, Fresh Prince. Now you got some Fresh Prince. I forgot where I saw that. That was funny. Um, I laughed at the jokes. Yeah, that's why I couldn't. And see, the ending of the speech that he did when he was like, "Oh, love would make you do all these type of things," and he apologized, but he didn't apologize to Chris. And then, you know, what it felt like up there was he was just trying to justify his own actions, why it is okay for what he did. Like, no, what you did was not right, whether it's staged or not. No, no, his reputation will be a little bit tarnished no matter what. And then Chris Rock will be selling out shows because everybody wants to support him now, right? But that's Chris Rock. So I have two more slides. I think I got two more slides. Anyways, my next slide is, and I've been talking to you guys about this way before, but you got to be honest to yourself. How do you feel? Because it's not about suppressing how you feel. It's about actually looking within and how you feel. And one of the ways that I like to do it is I like to sit down or lay down completely dark and listen to myself and ask myself questions. Ask why, dig deeper as to why I feel this certain way. And what I like doing is, as I'm thinking about it, um, am I being honest to myself? Am I being truthful to myself? Because that truth will set you free and will make you become a better person. So you start being happier inside, and then it will actually, like, people will see it. They're like, you're just a much better, happier person, and automatically you're gonna draw that type of people into your life. Like, you're just gonna naturally draw without draining your energy, which is from the inside out versus what's coming from the outside in. And the last thing we ever need is another, tragedy of, like, look at what happened to Robin Williams. He was very successful, won many. I think he won many Oscars too. I don't watch Oscars, right? I don't watch a lot of things, but like that type of tragedy, like that's the last thing that we want. So that's why you have to be honest with yourself and be okay with where you're at, and then know that it's gonna take some time to move forward. So that's why my next slide is Will is not honest to himself. And if you guys are watching this, please hit that like button. Appreciate it. But I'm going on. I'm gonna be reading my next quote that I read before, but uh, I didn't write down something Dostoevsky or something like that. I couldn't pronounce his name. Okay, but the quote goes: "A man who lies to himself and believes his own lies becomes unable to recognize truth, either in himself or in anyone else, and he ends up losing respect for himself and for others. And when he has no respect for anyone, he no longer loves, and in him he yields to his impulses, indulges in the lowest form of pleasure, and behaves in the end like an animal is satisfying his own vices, his vices. And it all comes from lying to others and to yourself. And so he's not living his truth. He's not living what he wants, and he's not going for what he wants. And I'm not saying that he's not successful by any means, and I'm pretty sure he's a very um, physically strong guy. He goes for what he wants in terms of his career, but in his emotions, like, he talks about him being vulnerable, but there there's a certain, like, you got to take care of yourself, whether it's staged or not. Those these type of emotions, like, you can only carry on for so long, and it's like I said, it does seem real enough for me to look at it and and objectively see that he is a hurt person. He never choose to, like, I don't think they can make this up, at least for me. Maybe it's publicity stunt, I don't know, but publicly announcing that they're in an open relationship when it's not his choice, because it doesn't seem like it's his choice, and just based off the body language that Jada was giving, she is the one that's kind of leading the relationship. um so let's see. If that was Dave Chappelle, would it have ended differently? Let me know what you mean, Yaku. Okay, let's see. I kind of understand a bit about Will's action as a way of protecting his wife from a bully. Okay, but still, he should have held his composure. Yep, and wait till the end. Yeah. So, here's also another thing. I think everybody is, because feelings are irrational. We just know that feelings are irrational, and there's no logical reasoning as to why you feel a certain way. You just feel it, right? Like, no matter, like, your heart chooses what your heart chooses. You don't really get to choose. If you're attracted to a certain someone, you're just going to be attracted to that certain someone. You don't really have a choice on whether or not you're attracted to them. Now, depending on what they do to build that attraction a little bit more, reveal it a little bit more, that's up to them. But if you like a person, you like a person. Thank you for the like, appreciate it. But that's what it is. You don't really get to choose. So, anyways, Will's not living his truth. He's not honest to himself, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. And anything you choose in life, you have a choice on whether or not you want to be happy or not. And we know that happiness is a choice and is not a destination. So happiness is something that you continually move towards. It is not a destination. It's not like, oh, once I finally get this, I will be happy. Like, no, like, remember how happy I was when I got the Charizard? I'm still happy. I'm excited. Was I as excited as I am now? Probably not. I stopped. I'm focused on you guys. And just like how anything, like no matter what is important to you now, like me and you right now, we're talking, or I'm talking, you're listening, or whatever, right? But eventually, no matter how important this is, you're not going to remember this. You're not gonna be like, oh, but then if I were to say something, I'd be like, remember that one show that was that I did about Will Smith, and that was so long ago, right? You could go back to it, and then you could remember a certain thing from it, but you're not going to remember everything that's happening. Like, it's just impossible. It's important to you now. So it's it's something like, if you want to be happy, it's something that you have to pursue. You got to keep going at it. Okay? It's a choice. So it comes with growth, right? One of the six basic human needs is growth. Is happiness is a choice. And so, despite Will's successes and his worth, something inside is eating him up, and it has a lot to do with his personal life. And we saw it on the show, or the Oscars. And this is my theory. Okay, this is my theory. I think that Will Smith, his main source of happiness, main source, is from his wife or from others, and it's not really from within himself. Now he could be proud of what he does, and that's great. He goes for what he wants. That's nice, but his pride and joy, right? Jada, right? His kids, his family, and when you hold on to something so tight, and you don't want it to let go, because you're like, oh, this is gonna break up the family and this and that. Like, no, at the end of the day, you still have a choice. Your family's not gonna disappear. It might be one person of that family that you loved, but your kids will still be your kids. There's other ways to approach it. Now, like I said, I'm not a father, but what I've seen is people that hold on to relationships like that, they end up breaking apart, and then they're very violent towards each other, whether it's words or actions or physical, right? And it doesn't serve anyone any good. It doesn't serve anyone any good. And anyways, if Jada leaves Will, he will be devastated. He will be devastated because his happiness really seems like it's coming from her. He'll be devastated. But the major question is, how does she really feel about him? How does she really feel about him? Based off her actions at the Oscar, from what we've seen, and all the other stuff that she ever done, right? Does she sound like, or looks like someone that's happy, enthusiastic, that wants to be around Will Smith? Like, oh my god, I can't wait to see you. Now I get it. 20 years is a very long time. But that's why you got to continue to date and court your woman, your lady. You got to keep doing that, no matter how busy you are, because at the end of the day, you're in a relationship to keep growing, to support each other. I don't feel like they're really there to really support each other like that. They kind of do, but what are the true intentions behind their support? What is the true intentions? Um, I don't. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, how does she really feel about him? And then here's also a big part is when we get lost in love, if you will. You tend to project how you feel about the other person that you love or like. You tend to project how you feel about them. But then most people fail to realize that how they feel about you isn't the same. It's your projection, but their reality is they don't feel you like how you feel about them. And it's with women, it doesn't matter how much the guy likes her. It's how she feels about you. That's what matters the most. So, hey, well, create that opportunity again. Take the lead. You can get it back. It's gonna take some time because she already sees you at a certain view already. That's how she sees you. And if you approach it in a way where, you know what, I gotta change the way I need to take the lead in a relationship again, but not being a tyrant, not like that, but by taking the lead, being the leader of the relationship, guiding. And that way, she will be like, okay. And then you know what she would do in the beginning? She's gonna be like, this is not the Will I know. This is not the Will I know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test him to see if it's congruent. Ladies, you do that all the time. You test your man to see if he's congruent to how he is and if he's still the way he is. You guys do that. You ladies do that. I want to make sure that he still loves me. I want to make sure that he is what he says he is. I know that was 2 years ago, but I feel like there's a little inconsistency, so I'm going to test him again. You smiling because it's true. Okay? All right, let's see. Yeah, cool. Okay, Mitchell. I agree with you about Will's and Jada's support for one another is different. Hopefully, this experience brings them closer, not further apart in the marriage. Thank you. See, though, thank you. Right. Sometimes testing your man is dangerous. I mean, it comes with the territory, right? But let's just put it like this. Let's try to all close it out. Um, so my next slide is she's more masculine than him. She wears the pants, right? I don't think that's politically correct anymore, but oh well. This is my channel, so I can say what I want. She's more masculine than him. So she takes the lead in the relationship. She's the one that calls the shots. And in order for her to feel more feminine, right? She will need a very, very strong masculine man in her life. Someone that can hold her down, basically, not physically. Maybe she wants that too. Who knows? Hold her down and basically not take her shit. Like, yo, I'm not gonna take your shit. If you're gonna be treating me like that, that's not where I operate. But remember the sunk costs and how your attachment is. Just remember that you were okay without that person. You could still be okay without that person even after the relationship. So yeah, we all know Will was sitting there laughing, right? And his laugh, it looked pretty genuine. And it wasn't until after she rolled her eyes that's when he was like, "Yo, I need to win her approval." It's approval seeking type of behavior. And when I meant by that laugh, remember when I said that laugh might have been, let's just say he was just laughing just to laugh, just to be like, okay, I'm gonna laugh. But that laugh, what if that laugh wasn't genuine? So he's pretending to be someone that he's not, and that's not true to yourself. And we all know when you lie to yourself, that speech. Um, yeah. And so what Will could have done was, take the lead to reassure her. Remember, hey baby, it's okay. I'm pretty sure Chris didn't mean it like that. You are beautiful the way you are. There's nothing I would want to change about you, because when you're in a relationship, you're not there to change another person. You're there to support each other, to grow together. That's it. You're there to give. You must love in such a way that the person that you love feels free. So you're not trying to hold on to that. Because I feel like he's not trying to trap her, but she doesn't want, it doesn't seem like she really wants, or he's not acting in a way that makes her want to be more attracted towards Will anyways. Because it's obviously not the money, because Will has a lot of money. I'm pretty sure she could buy whatever she wants. But attraction works in certain ways where you have to, like, that's where the confidence comes in. So wow, Yaku. Oh man, that was funny. Good. If you slap me, I'd say that's because no, I wouldn't slap you. Sometimes that's but anyways, the public apology, and I wanna read it to you guys. So this was Will's public apology, and it happened yesterday. I don't know what time. This was what, March 28th, 2022. So the public apology goes: violence violence I can't read. Violence in all of its form is poisonous and destructive. My behavior last night's Academy Award was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There's no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching all around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has strained what has been otherwise gorgeous journey for us all. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. Funny thing was, he also apologized during his speech when he won, but I'm just I think timing has a whole lot to do with it too. You know, if he was really apologetic about what he did, he would, because he apologized on stage, and he even said at the end like, "Hey, I hope the Academy has me, wants him to come back." But I don't know. How? What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about his public apology? Let's be realistic. Most men doesn't do those kind of reassurance for the women. No, they don't, and that's why there's only 3%. You're like, damn, bro. Like, out of 100 guys, there's only three. That doesn't. Yeah. hmm And here's the thing, too. This takes a lot of work. This takes a lot of constant consistency. You need persistence, right? And if it's not something that you hold value to, that's not something that people would think about, because what do most people want to think about? Making money, right? Making money. That's where most people land. And I don't think there's anything wrong about wanting to make money, but I don't think money is the main source. There's other areas of your life, like your health is very important. Your mental health is very important. And I also think that what Will displayed during the Oscars was a decline in some of his like mental health, because obviously he's going through something. We don't know that. And it's one thing to talk about to be vulnerable about certain situations, and that's okay. And I think being vulnerable is perfectly fine, especially if you're around people that supports you and stuff. But being vulnerable and not doing anything about it. Now, I don't know what if he's doing anything about it. I'm not saying that he's not, but let's just say there's a lot of people that always plays the victim. Oh, I am this and I am that. But if you're not actively moving towards that, then what are you really doing? You're just saying words. And hey, I need to change. Okay, but what are you doing to change? Nothing. Look, I should be going to the gym. I should be eating healthier, but yet you're sitting there eating like instant ramen every other day, and you're not really looking into trying to improve yourself. Like, your body, based on what you put in it, it doesn't lie. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm very healthy, and then all of a sudden you're like your BMI is over 30 because you eat like trash. Like, your body, it doesn't lie to you. Okay. But we tend to lie to ourselves. Oh, it's okay. I don't eat that very often. Like me, I love Cheetos. I haven't had it in a while. But it didn't mean that I didn't eat other chips along along the line. Okay. All right, let's see what y'all said. Uh okay. um okay, let's be realistic. Most men, yeah. Good example of reassurance. Good examples of reassurance, basically reassuring that, telling your lady, Greg, like, telling your woman, like, hey, you know what, you're the most beautiful person. That's it. Kind of what I said earlier. um he wasn't the man he wants to be, meaning he is projecting the man that Jada wants, maybe. And from what I see is he feels bad for what he's done, and he can't take it back, right? Still, apology to Chris was shadowed by saying sorry to the Academy twice. I didn't look at it like that, Yaku. I'm glad you caught it. But it's funny because we focus what we focus on expands, right? So I need to know. I just needed to know per your thoughts and opinion from your perspective, and said, I don't like I don't like some guys won't let me dress up the type of dresses I like. He wanted me to dress for him and not be seen other guys out there. Explain to me a little bit about that, Annie. What do you mean, like, or was some of your dresses a little bit too revealing, or did he prefer certain color? Right? You must love in such a way where the person you love feels free. Otherwise, don't be with them, right? So if the guy that you that you were with didn't want it, he'd be like, "No, I really don't like that dress. Like, it bothers me because whatever, right?" And then if he has all his own insecurities, he has to deal on his own. Maybe we'll probably realize he needs to heal from his hurt in a marriage. You'd be surprised that sometimes even after a breakup in a marriage might not fix or might not kick in to some people. Um, shall okay. You mean dresses like the one actress will publicly apologize? Will's public apology was genuinely sincere. Yeah, those dresses. Which dress? Yeah, next time, give the bill for those dresses to that guy. The spaghetti strap. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit too revealing. I don't. Maybe he was like, I don't want those, your things to be hanging out too publicly because it makes me feel insecure, and other guys might want you. And yeah, no, you dress. You get to dress how you want to dress, okay? And yeah, you get to. That's you. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to be in that relationship. So that's the beauty of it. And he could walk away. If okay, if I walked into a relationship and I'm like, all right, she dresses like what's it, the H word, right? Or the W word, right? I'm not gonna say it. I know you want me to say it. I'm not gonna say it. But let's just say I didn't know that, and then it goes against what I believe, and I'm like, yo, I would rather have a lady that's a little bit more conservative, that doesn't just, wow, right? Mm. And it goes against what I believe. Then you know what? I have a choice on whether or not I want it to stay, and you're not pressing her. You can't dress like this, otherwise I'm gonna leave. Now that's an ultimatum. Now you're forcing somebody to make a decision, and when you do that, you build a defense up, and that's usually not a good. It's not good. People will want to stay away from that, and so when that does happen, what it's most of the time it's the guy's insecurities. He's insecure, so it's not you. So Annie, I say you do what you want to do. You do what makes you happy. Um, Now, if you ever decide that, hey, you know what, I want the guy. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna wear spaghetti straps. Then that's your choice. That is your choice. Okay. So you do you, girl. You do you. Yaku, shy. How about shy Yaku's girl? I'm not shy. I don't think Yaku's shy. He's very outspoken. So yeah. But anyways, that was it. I don't have a summary for you guys. A guy that I used to date wanted me to be covered all up. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to dress the way you want to dress, Annie. So I say be happy with what you want to do, wear what you want to wear, right? If you want to run out butt ass naked and that's your choice, and he doesn't, he's like, yo, that's a little bit too much for me. He could be like, yeah, I don't subscribe to that. So yeah, I'm out. I'm out. And he has a choice. He has a choice, right? But based off your actions and whether or not it matches to his values, he has a choice and you have a choice. Just remember, everybody has a choice. That is why you must love in such a way where the person you love feels free. And it's not just the other person, it's the person you love within yourself. Because your own relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you will ever have with anybody else. Because you have to live in your own skin 24/7, okay? You have to live. Which is why I got Charizard. Because every time I see him spin, it makes me happy, okay? Charizard, you make me happy. But that's why you gotta do you. And if people don't accept you for who you are, then you don't have to be around them, right? Like Mitchell, you talk about relationships, you dance, you play video games, and I can't take you serious because you dress like the streetwear kind of guy, right? And most people that talks about relationships are in suits, and you got Pokemon in the back, and I don't know if I can trust a person like this. Well, that's your choice. It's your choice. This is what I like. I'm gonna have it there, and this is my truth. This is what I like, right? I don't hide it, right? Although I did. This was before I knew much about this topic and stuff, where it came to a point where I'm gonna tell you this, but at a Target, I would be at a Target, and I'm like, "Ooh, I really, really want to buy some Pokemon cards, even though I probably won't get anything good. I just want to open a few packs and whatnot." But it's like buying Pokemon at the time. At the time was like it's like buying tampons. You know what I mean? Like you trying to buy tampons for your girl or pads or whatever, right? Like, yeah. Um, let's see. Okay, I think. Okay, let me read this. I'll wear the spaghetti strap. Yo, Yaku, you on a new level, man. I didn't know you like that. God, I used to date. All right. Be happy and smile, Sheldon. Yep. And the guy should be giving a priest costume. God damn. Okay. Um, accept the way you are and who you are. Yeah. You just remind me of Coca-Cola commercial. Uh, commercial. Was that what commercial? Now you're gonna be sound like Liberty commercial. Express yourself. Thank you, Mitchell. You're welcome, Annie. Um, have a Coke and smile. Oh, okay. No shame in that. Mitchell Tang. Thank you, Connie. Appreciate it. I don't hide my rock. I thought it was a different word. I was like, wait, hold on. That okay? It says R. Okay, rock. All right. Only pay for what you need. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, cool. You are lucky. Mine would have been lost in the bottom of the local lake. You have a rock collection. You have a collection of rocks. Oh man. Well, anyways, here's also a I want to summarize this, okay? Let me just summarize this. I don't have a summary, but I feel like this is it. When it comes to feelings, everybody has a right to how they feel. Because you feel what you feel, and what you feel is irrational sometimes, and I wouldn't even say some, most of the time. 90+% of the time, it's irrational. But how you feel is how you feel. You don't get to control how you feel about a certain situation. What you can control is how you react towards that situation, whatever the circumstances is. You get a choice to choose your actions based off what just happened, based off the circumstances. And everyone is has the right to their own opinion, right? If you say that what Chris said was out of line and he should have been slapped, you have your own right to your rights to your own opinion. I'm just sharing my part today. So if mine doesn't align to yours, it doesn't mean neither of us are wrong. It's what you believe is right, and these are our values, and this is what we yeah, these are our values, and this is what we hold that as important to us, and this is how we are going to operate within our life, no matter what type of situation we're in. So, and it's important to be you and having your own thoughts. Otherwise, I don't want to be that guy to tell you how what to think. I want to be the person that shows you, hey, this is this is the way that you could think. This is how you could think for yourself. And it's building up your own confidence for yourself so that, hey, you know what? I don't need Mitchell. I don't need this, but you know what? When I do come back, it will be because I miss maybe some of the shows or whatever, right? Like, I want you guys to go out there and be yourself and believe in yourself and your own choices that you can move forward with. So that's it, though. That is today's show. Um, but I will stay on with you guys for a little bit just to hang out because I do miss this, even though I do this twice a week. Okay, all right, let's see. Um, I don't hide my rock collection for what you need. Oh, I don't know. Wait, did I miss something? Bring. Oh, okay, commercials. Mitchell, you knew the type of guy I like from from head to toe. Who is that, Annie? You tell me. I don't know what you're talking about. Seriously, Greg, you said seriously. That's awesome. Mine's are or the Rolling Stones. Always, I'm always serene, serene. Holy crap! Your last thought was scary. I thought, okay, Yaku said, I thought you were Chevelin, not serene. Let's see. Really, does that mean I'll be listening to Chevelin's ASMR? You said Mitchell knew guy from head to toe. YouTube ASMR. ASMR is basically like this is ASMR. Right? You're just gonna listen to how I talk, so you pay extra attention to what I say because I'm whispering. Yeah, that's ASMR. Or I could be eating, right? Mitchell knew my type of guy. That is all. I mean, I think that's what most. I don't. Maybe I know you a little bit more, Annie, because I just knew it from the beginning and I could get a little bit more in detail. But I think most women, they like a guy that could take the lead, that is not a freaking tyrant that's like, oh, I just need power. I need power. Like, those type of relationships where like, I need to be better than her. That way she won't ever leave me because I am the more important. Like, that's draining. That's mentally like that is very draining to always be at the top and suppressing the person that you're with. Because deep down you have the fear of if they become better than you, they will leave. Then why don't you become a better person? Because it is easier to suppress a person than it is to build them up. Truth, facts. It is easier to do absolutely nothing so that you won't be disappointed and then you will receive nothing. It is easier to do that. But now imagine you are in a relationship and that guy that you're with does what he does, but he comes back home with this thing and he's always excited for what's going on in his life, but he also gives you a lot of time, quality time for you to hear you out, to listen to you, to allow you to be you. And if you say, "Hey, look, I want to be an astronaut. I want to paint, or I want to play the guitar, or I want to sing or whatever," then he would be like, "Okay, if that's what you want to do, um how can I help you? Like, do you want to look for lessons and pick out someone or whatever? Like, let's pick out someone if you want to sing. Then let's, find you a vocal coach because you want to sing." Now that's support. That's not a guy, "Oh my god, if she sings, she's going to get popular, and when she gets popular and I know how guys think and they're perverts and they're just going to want to just with you." You know what I mean? We know that. Okay, if you're hot, every guy, straight guys, will think about it. Okay, but it doesn't mean you're gonna go out there and bang every dude. It's just his insecurities, right? Excuse me. It sounds spooky. All right, let's see. ASMR seems like you're going crazy and hearing voices in your head. Oh yeah, that is kind of true. The soft voice I had to encounter for a customer rep I was talking to. All right, let's see. Hold on. Damn. Whisper. Yeah, it's basically whispering. It makes you want to focus a little bit more, I guess. Seriously, it's helpful for many whom are insomniac. Okay, I didn't know that. It's very intriguing. The soft voice. Okay, I will YouTube ASMR. Be careful what you're listening to. Yeah, let's put it like that because I know some people on Twitch. There's these girls. Okay, I accidentally stumbled. I'm like, why are they licking the microphone or whatever? They were just going at it. And I was like, yeah, this is a waste of time. They were hot though. So they were hot. So continue to do you, girl. Continue to do you. All right, let's see. SMR is going crazy. Voices in your head. Oh, I see you had a freaking out for the nearest exit. You do. Yeah, you do know, Mr. Mitchell Tang. I wish hear the sounds, not all the different kind of sounds. It's seriously good. Thanks for clarifying. As it's spooky, I will continue to look for that ASMR. can't be slapping every dude. No, you can't. I don't think violence should ever be, unless you're threatened. Like if someone's threatening your life physically, then yeah. But other than that, I don't think there's really a necessary reason because someone said some words to you. It means that you can control yourself. There's a different type of ASMR. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Various background. We have a deep connection. I knew you, Mr. Even if you deny it, but I know you. Wow. Okay. Explain. Explain to me. Like like enticing voices. I started ASMR like a couple years ago. So far, I've not made it to the final minute of the video. Yeah. It's like making love to the microphone, right? Because you're very very close to it. Deep connection. Sounds intimidating. Uh, let Greg. Let's just put it like this. She has interesting choices of words sometimes. Interesting choice of words. I don't know if I can say that correctly. If you're asking, you know. some some ASMR adult sounds like an adult room in action. Chevelin Chevelin knows a lot. She's just a little quiet. Annie knows a lot too. She's just a kind of quiet. Greg, we all know you know a lot of things. Greg is he's very knowledgeable in a lot of things. And yeah, no, I miss you, man. Miss you. And I hope cousins over there is doing well. So I hope that too. I haven't met Mr. Mitchell Tang in person, but I knew him more than you could think of. Vice versa, Mitchell knew me. I just think, well, most people that it's kind of obvious too, right? When you like someone's page and you do dancing, it's like okay, obviously you like someone that dances, right? Hey, and that's kind of all I had in the beginning, and then and I still love dancing. I still like it. I keep it close to me. I protect it. Some places for relaxing is lo-fi girl, lo-fi. Oh, okay, I thought you said little girl. I was like, what? Lo-fi girl and little soul. BMR music. What's BMR? Basal metabolic rate. Excuse me. Basal. Is it basal? Basal. Uh, yeah. And I remember that because that's important for personal training. I guess we'll have to know you better, but please don't make me hungry. All right. Yeah. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys. I'm glad I got to share my thoughts. If you could, at the end of the show, leave a post about what you guys think about who like there's no wrong answer, right? Maybe there is. But don't feel shy posting it. But I do want to hear what are your thoughts because that would get to that would get me to get to know you guys a little bit better too as well because we could have differences in opinion. It doesn't make us different people. It's just that it's what you believe, right? You could get fed if you hang out with me. Love to cook. Oh, okay. Who doesn't like food? Who doesn't like food? Um, but yeah, leave leave it in a comment below. Hit that like button. All right, 5 of y'all here. There's only 3. Yo, Mitchell's trying to get monetized. All right, help me out. Help me out. But yeah, I like this. It's a little bit different. Ooh, sushi. I miss. I know Yaku can't eat this, but I miss spider rolls. Those are my favorite spider rolls from at a sushi restaurant. I didn't know those existed, but I was like, yeah. Um, Annie probably won't eat it because she's afraid of spiders. Not that there are spiders in there, but yeah, it's a soft shell crab. Try it out. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support that you guys always do. Um, Coming in, show me your love. So really appreciate it. I know I spoke for a very long time. It's been 80 minutes. But that being said, I will have my next show on Saturday. I'm sorry, on Saturday. I'm going to see Sophie this Thursday, so I can't wait to pick on her, make her. I'm not gonna make her cry. Maybe we don't know that yet. Maybe I'll pick on her. We'll see. We'll see how resilient she is. But anyways, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Expect some photos with me and Sophie and birthday girl. All right. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.